Game 4 in Los Angeles was an instant classic between the Lakers and the Warriors. It will probably be known as the Lonnie Walker game, coming off the bench to score 15 points in the fourth quarter. But I want to really quickly focus on what happened down the stretch and how a bunch of changes earlier in the game set up this incredible finish. The Warriors came out with a curveball, throwing Gary Payton II into the starting lineup, sticking him on D'Angelo Russell. But the real change was on the other end, where the Warriors decided to hunt Anthony Davis in pick and roll over and over again. And since Davis was on GP2, that freed up Payton on the short roll, and with Davis out of the paint, it was easier to finish. So this is already really atypical because Payton is essentially the 6'3" center, and Davis is the Lakers' best defender, but they're hunting him in pick and roll almost like he's a weak point simply to pull him away from the basket. And they had incredible success with this strategy. I thought their shot quality when they went after Davis like this was fantastic for most of the game. And it makes everyone's life a little easier for the Warriors because with Davis out of the paint, when they get these backdoor slips, he's not there to kill everything at the basket. So on a few of these possessions, the Lakers actually bring extra help. Jared Vanderbilt does something very atypical here, ignoring Draymond Green and sliding across the paint to pick up the roll man instead of Anthony Davis, and that probably saves another layup. At the end of the first, GP2 is off, so Kevon Looney brings Davis up into the pick and roll, and this time it's LeBron James who slides way over across the court to worry about that roll man, but that leaves a shooter in the corner for three, and it's more great offense. So the Warriors were really after this structure where they could have their non-shooting roll threat set the screen, and then three shooters spacing out on the floor. So when they bring a third defender way over into the action like this, there's a price to pay for it. This time it's a back cut and a wonderful finish. Another card the Lakers played in the first half was moving LeBron onto Curry, and then when Davis's man comes up to set the screen, they can switch the pick and roll. And Davis is a great switch defender, even against Curry, but what this does is pull him way out of the play, and that opens up the floor for the Warriors to just run their typical offense. They get another great shot. And remember, it's not easy to just switch onto Steph because of his range. So when he's coming downhill here, Davis is worried about the pull-up three. Curry uses that to his advantage, crosses over, and finishes nicely. And the possession before, it's the exact same action. Davis steps up to switch. And I think the Lakers will live with this, but it's still a Steph Curry clean 28-footer. All told, the Warriors ran this Curry pick and roll, attacking Davis 20 times in the first half with a 130 offensive rating on those possessions. So at halftime, Darvin Ham moved Anthony Davis over to Andrew Wiggins instead. They continue to pull Davis out in the pick and roll on this first possession, hit Wiggins as the roll man. He moves it along, and it's a very Warriors-like possession for a layup. But this actually caused Golden State to go away from bringing Davis into the ball screen. You can see he's here in the corner. Instead, it was more traditional screeners like Draymond Green stepping up in these pick and roll actions. And so in the entire second quarter, they only put Davis in the Curry pick and roll twice. Jump ahead to the fourth quarter, and the first time Davis was in the action was in this transition situation with Draymond screening. Curry comes out the other side of the screen, and the Lakers actually late switch this, so the roll option isn't available. Curry sees that and skips it to Moody, but this doesn't create the same advantage. The play kind of stalls out, and when it comes back to Steph, he gets another pretty decent look, but again, I think the Lakers will live with this 29-footer instead of what was happening in the first half. I'm not sure why the Warriors stopped involving Davis in pick and roll. My guess would be that when he's on Wiggins, he's already pulled out of the paint, so they can achieve the spacing that they want, and it allows them to run their normal offense, here getting into their traditional split cuts. Curry up fakes and gets by his man and gets a nice little leaner from 10 feet. And if Davis is going to leave Wiggins and help, that frees up a really good open shooter. And this time he gets a great look. It just rims out. But still, the Lakers being able to switch more mobile, wingy defenders like LeBron James here really kills the action because there's no roll pass for Draymond Green. LeBron can stay in front of Curry decently, and that just forces Golden State to reset the entire possession. And with 10 seconds left, Austin Reeves denies Curry the pass. There's not really many places to go, and they end up with this desperation 35-footer from Klay Thompson. After another switch that led to a quick Klay 3, they come back with about a minute left. This time, Wiggins does bring Davis up into the pick and roll. Curry's able to split it, get downhill, and finish for a layup. So that leaves 40 seconds left with them down by 1. And the first screen is for LeBron to switch on to Curry, and then they bring Davis up. So it's 2 bodies to take him on in the pick and roll. The Lakers are switching this again. That isolates Steph against Davis, pokes at the ball, and this is similar to those first half possessions where Curry is dancing around looking for a shot, gets a fade away from 16 that just spits out, and then on the rebound, Draymond doesn't look to go up with this, but instead kicks it back to Steph. He's isolated again with AD. It's another one of those 30-footers. That one is short, and the Lakers hold on, only to set up this crazy final sequence with 15 seconds left. And what the Warriors want to do here is fake a handoff to Curry, expect 2 defenders to go to him because it's a 3-point game, and then free Draymond Green to go to the basket for a layup, or when Anthony Davis comes over to help, a back screen and pass to the corner for Klay Thompson to try to tie the game. The issue with the play is that the Lakers are in switch everything mode. Watch LeBron James here directing traffic. Klay Thompson goes to set the first screen. He points and says, "We're switching this." When Lonnie Walker is on Draymond, Schroeder points and says, "You take Curry. I'm sticking with Green." So Draymond doesn't have his expected path to the basket for a possible 2, and it might not even matter because LeBron turns and says to Anthony Davis, "You switch this corner screen and go play the 3. Draymond gets stuck, leaves his feet, throws it away, and then there's this bizarre jump ball call in the corner where like 3 more seconds drain off the clock, and the Lakers weren't given a timeout. So we go to the jump between Wiggins and Davis. Davis tips it to Curry, who guesses right on the direction of the ball, goes up in the air and gets it, and then comes down and sort of throws it out of bounds. And I'm not sure if he thought he had a teammate behind him, but the play here is to call a timeout when you hit the floor. And if you look at Steve Kerr in the background here, he does yell for a timeout, but right as Curry's letting go of the ball, it goes out of bounds. The Lakers hold on to win an incredible game, 104-101, and take a 3-1 lead in the series.